This is Majinoni, and I thought I'd do the previews talk a little bit early this month, just because I'm going to be busy towards the end of the month, and we got the holidays and stuff like that. So this is for the previews book that was in November. They came out in November, so that means these books won't come out until January. I thought I'd first start off with the two, I guess you can say they're statues, but they're Play Arts Square Enix productions, and they're for Batman and the Joker. Play Arts does a lot of, they did a lot for Final Fantasy. They had some really, really nice ones. And if this is something that you're interested in, you definitely don't want to pass this up. They're $60, so it's going to be a little bit more on the expensive side, but they're not tiny. You know, I mean, they're going to be a pretty decent size. So there's that. Staying with DC, since I thought I'd bring this up because this is the first crossover that they're starting to do between the two titles. Like, we have OMAC and Frankenstein, Agent of Shade, and in this case, these are two titles that aren't selling as well. They're probably on the lower end, so it kind of makes me wonder why you're teaming them up with two lower tier titles. You know, you should have teamed up OMAC or Frankenstein with something bigger, but, you know, anyways. Because of this, I'm starting to think now that we'll probably start seeing another crossover with Animal Man and Swamp Thing. I'm not sure if that's going to happen or not, but with the talks of the red and the green, and then I saw this, I think, yeah, this could be a possibility. Next up we have, oh, there we go, the Batman Gates of Gotham trade. I really like this comic series. I didn't get to finish it because of I think I missed an issue or two. So when this comes out, I definitely plan on picking this up. This gives you like a lot. It basically gives you some back history of the formation of Gotham and stuff. It was really a really interesting story. Then there is the Ed Brubaker Fatal story. It has guns, sex, secret, cults, and monsters, as you can see there. I know there's a lot of Ed Brubaker fans, so I thought, you know, since this is not a Marvel book, I thought I'd go, hey, you might want to check this thing out. Honestly, I don't know if I'm iffy on this one just because of the art style, but the cult and monster part really does appeal to me, you know, because it kind of looks kind of funny. So I might pick this one up. Alright, Nancy in Hell on Earth. The only reason why I'm really talking about this book is, you know, there's times when you just have to admire a book for when it advertises its strengths. You know there's going to be absolutely no story behind this, and it's coming right out and telling you she comes with a chainsaw, so buy this book. I don't know if I'm going to buy it or not, but I just thought I'd have to say, you have to appreciate when they advertise their strengths. Archie meets Kiss, 4-issue story arc. This is a prime example of merchandising that's gone a little too crazy. Let's think about this for a second. Kiss is the demonic, you know, knights in Satan's service, heavy rock band, who has song titles like Hotter Than Hell, Cold Gin, Love Gun, and they're not talking about a gun. And it's an Archie. I don't understand this. I mean, one, you have Gene Simmons sold his soul to Archie, and Archie is trying to appeal to Kiss fans, and I don't understand. I'm confused, and I'm very disappointed. Next is Dead Man's Run. This is a Greg Pak's new series that's in Aspen. I'm really tempted to buy this book because, I mean, generally I've liked Greg Pak's work, and I think what I'm going to do is, because I'm going to be dropping a lot of the Fear Itself nonsense titles, I think I might try to pick up some of these other random issues just to see what it's like. I figure, why not support somebody who's trying to do something interesting rather than to promote and support something that is regurgitated down my throat and is going to be absolutely meaningless by the time it's all said and done. So I'm really seriously thinking about giving this one a try. Next up is Grant Morrison's new book, Steet and Mrs. Peep, I think. Oh, Peel, sorry. This is kind of like the Avengers, not the Marvel Superheroes Avengers, but this is the British TV series Avengers. So it's kind of like in that kind of a vein. I'm not going to buy it, but I know there's a lot of Grant Morrison fans out there, so don't forget this one. You know, in fact, I would say, instead of buying that Fear Itself crossover, just buy this. For those of you who didn't know, not only being a princess and a queen and being an X-Men, since that's not taking up Storm's time, she decides to become an Avenger. For those of you who basically thought Marvel forgot all about the Wonder Man and his evil band of super misfits on their evil crusade to destroy the Avengers, well, we get the second part to this, finally. Next up is Scarlet Spider. I know people are going to ask me, am I going to buy Scarlet Spider? And I don't know. I just don't know. There's a part of me that's going, okay, just buy the first issue, see what it's like. But there's another part of me that's afraid that I'm going to buy the first issue and I'm not going to like it and I'm still going to keep buying it and I'm going to be trapped. And then it's going to be like this abusive relationship where I keep buying the book and it's providing me no value, but yet I'm too sad to tell the book, I'm sorry, you have to stay at the store, I don't want to bring you home any longer. So that's my dilemma with this one. Next up is Wolverine and the X-Men Alpha and Omega 1 and 5. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because this is the Omega guy and Wolverine, and this is Brian Wood's book. So there should be a little bit more quality to this than your typical title. Uncanny XMen 5. Now, keep in mind, when I was looking through this book at first, I was like, I wasn't looking necessarily higher than this part. So I'm whizzed by it, new story arc. I'm like, oh, Psylocke, she's cutting up a monster in half. I'm like, that's really fine and dandy. Then I flip the page, and I go, man, this artwork looks really familiar. Where did I see this before? Something's not right. And then I put it down. Kept going, page. And I went through the previous book again, and I said, that is Greg Land's artwork. What kind of effery is this? He's back on Uncanny, and if he's back on Uncanny, that means I'm off Uncanny. I can't take Greg Land's horrible artwork. That I just can't take it at all. I don't want to see their stupid expressions. I don't want to see their stupid posings. This is a horrible, horrible idea to bring Greg Land back. They should have kept the other artist on Uncanny that's, I don't know who it is, but he's doing a fine job, and I don't see why you have to remove him so quickly. This is upsetting me so much. I'm pretty much tempted to just almost say screw it to everything. I don't want to see the Sinister storyline. I don't care about the Celestial. I just don't care any longer because I don't want one more dollar to go to Greg Land. This is a horrible, horrible thing that Marvel did to me. Alright, Wolverine number 300. For those of you who care, Adam Kubert's back, so that part's good. It's a all-new, soon-to-be classic Wolverine story that starts here. He travels to Tokyo to confront his most dangerous enemy yet, and a new Silver Samurai rises to take his place, along with Wolverine's daughter. So, I'm going to put this into perspective. All new, soon-to-be classic Wolverine story starts here. That just means they want you to buy the book, because it's going to be an average story. Maybe it's good, maybe it might not be good, but nobody writes classic stories anymore. Wolverine travels to Tokyo to confront his most dangerous enemy yet. To put this into perspective, every city Wolverine travels to, he could travel to Denver. He can go to Saskatchewan. He can go to Cedar Rapids, Iowa. They're all going to have his most dangerous enemy yet. And a new Silver Samurai rises to take his place. Well, you know what? He's going to Japan. If he didn't have Silver Samurai in there, I would think there's a problem. So, in other words, nothing new. And finally, Uncanny XForce 19.1. Now, I like the concept of the .1 issues, but why are we keep seeing .1s? You know what I mean? It's like, shouldn't that .1 be just to say, okay, here's a story that has a tremendous amount of history. Here's a .1. That way you can get started and then jump right in. But we just had a .1 just a little while ago. Why do we need another one? This isn't the only .1, by the way. So it kind of makes me wonder what they're... now are we going to see like these .1s sprinkled anytime they want to increase an extra issue, so that way they can increase their profits. That's very disturbing to me. Very, very, not necessarily disturbing. It's very upsetting. Upsetting is a much better word. Considering this is a return to Apocalypse story, and it's talking about the AOA Age of Apocalypse XMen make their final stand against Weapon X. So we really didn't need to see this as a .1. This isn't a starting. This is more of a ending side story. Then there's a new Age of Apocalypse superhero team, the Exterminated. That reminds me of a really bad Arnold Schwarzenegger quote. And the stage is set for Age of Apocalypse #1, the new ongoing series. Ah, jeez. I should just call this thing the Age of Apocalypse instead. Why do they do this to us? Why? Anyways, that's my look at the wonderful books that we can expect in January. And just so you guys know, the people who are upset with some of the direction of the new Superman, I believe in February, you'll have maybe it's February or March, you'll have a whole new direction where it's in the past, because they have no stories to tell in the future or present. So that's something to look forward to. If you have any comments or questions, let me know. Rate the video up and down, let me know what you think. Tomorrow's new comic book day, so I'll have that. And until next time.